gay bar that's been around for about 20 years, and people here
overturn this Christ-psychotic stupidity law.
We were talking earlier.
Can put a piece of here. Amazing. The Christophrenics, people infected with the delusion that they believe that resurrecting zombies named Jesus Christ is real, let's say with blood, and he created marriage between a man and a woman. That's absolute nonsense. We males, we're all bisexual by nature. We have tits, don't we? Females too. But anyway, in ancient times, or 5,000 years ago, marriage was not between a man and a woman only. It was between a man and gods. Man and his sister, the cave of creation, they were gods. Like Nefertiti, she was the sister of Akhenaten, and also his wife. They don't realize that. So we are in the 21st century. We are not in the Middle Ages or in ancient Egypt. God does not exist. It's a creation of the brain. If you believe in God, you're a theotard. You have a problem with the brain. So all these laws should be updated. You know, let's join the 21st century. Let's get rid of all these people that believe in God and all that, because it's the cause of pedophilia, the cause of intolerance and everything in the United States today. And all these people that believe in God should be placed in a mental institution. You know, we don't. The idea of marriage, the idea of we get involved with somebody sexually because of orgasm, which is in nature. It rewards of orgasm. So actually, marriage is not necessary to get orgasm. Nature puts it there so we can reproduce. But we're intelligent. We are crazy apes that create gods and all those delusions with our brains. We take the orgasm and wear a condom and don't reproduce. So these people are completely crazy. 5,000 years ago, the way people believe we were created was by an act of masturbation. So all our sexual organs are sacred. There was no such thing as a marriage like they know today. Just a Christian invention due to religious psychosis. 5,000 years ago, the ancients believed the universe was created by an act of masturbation, by milk of our penises, and the gods gave us the reward of orgasm by collecting sperm and creating the world. In ancient times, gods were the one that bring the world babies. They had no idea we had one of these. Yes, this organ creates the mind and the psychosis of gods. So, today, neurology proves we are evolved mutated primates that create the mind with our brains. Nobody is born believing. Little babies are tabula rasa. The brain have not acquired enough knowledge. And if you cannot tell fantasies from reality after being educated and grows up, suffers from a neurological disorder like Christians and everybody that believes in God and all the religious beliefs. That's a fact. Look at what they did in ancient times because they didn't understand biology. Shooting milk and semen in the mouth of saints was an act of veneration of the god, watched by the son of Venus, the angels. Since ancient time, women were considered inferior. And actually, not in Egypt. There was no racism in Egypt. There was no such a thing as like a slavery like we know today. And there was no child abuse or women abusing women or anything like that because they believe in many, many gods. Quite intellectual 5,000 years ago. Today is very different. The Abrahamic religion is the one that initiated making women inferior. You have to cover them up because they stink. They are the origin of sins. They are the witches and they have to be burned. And Islamophrenics chop their heads off. You know, and the Christophrenics used to burn them like witches. Not just too long ago. And burn homosexuals and burn everybody that don't agree with them. So Christianity is a disease. It's an immoral disease. It's a mental illness. It's a psychosis. And it's just like depression and obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia and all that. So people, you know, they they should be actually helped and they should be taught science. So they realize that we are evolved mutated primates that create the gods with our brains. We were product of a frog. We are not product of a stork. So God does not exist outside the brain. They should realize that. So this idea of marriage, today in the 21st century, marriage should be between a male and a male, a male and a female, and female and female. That's it. And that's how it should be. They all be able to bring the children really well, as long as you don't corrupt children with religious psychosis. That is a danger. So any parents that start teaching the kids about Jesus Christ and about Allah and about all this garbage of religious psychosis, they should be put in jail. That's the problem. Teaching children stagnating the intellect with garbage and fairy tales of religious beliefs. They are causing intolerance. That's the problem in this 21st century. And thanks to Christ-psychosis and stagnating intellect, centuries ago, we had these witches, women burn alive because they were evil.
As soon as you accept the notion that there is this vast, hidden, secret conspiracy of devil worshippers, a small town can be engulfed in a full-fledged witch panic.
Exactly.
To prosecute, torture, and kill witches.
See, and you know whose fault is it that people are stuck in the past believing in this nonsense? Teachers, parents. Christophrenia. They teach these children all this garbage and nonsense of religious beliefs. That's the cause of the problem. It's like teaching them schizophrenia. They stagnate the intellect, they keep him in the past, make him intolerant, retarded psychopath. That's what they are, people that believe in God and crap like that. That's where you get intolerance from. And of course, look at this. This is Islamophrenic, cutting people's nose, like in ancient times did to statues.
Her husband, because she claimed she was living, with her husband or in-laws, and she was claiming that they basically treated her as a slave, and so as...
See, a woman in marriage, in a Christian marriage, is a slave. She had to say anything that the husband says. This is in the stupid, ridiculous Bible, this book of myth that everybody believes is fact. These people are retarded. They belong in mental institutions, and they're because of all the problems and intolerance and nonsense today. They stagnate the intellect. After the Christian psychopaths started to take over the Roman Empire, look at this. They deface all the statues of Augustus, the statue of the Christus, Vespasian, and you can see that in all these cities that they destroy the temples, or they put churches or mosques or synagogues above all of them, and they chop the noses off so they cannot breathe. They did that to the heads and to the lower heads of the gods. Look at this. All done by Christian retards. See, that's called damnatio memoriae. In other words, remove the memory of the person by defacing them. And most of all, the most important thing is to chop the nose. You know why the nose? Because the nose is what you breathe the spirit. See, the air, they had no idea what the stars and the earth was. It's all biology. It's a gas. They didn't know that. See, they thought the spirit, it was the air and the clouds and everything else. So when you breathe the spirit world. So you chop the nose off, that statue of a person cannot breathe the world. And these people are stuck in the past. That's what I call people that believe in God, especially the Christians. They're psychotic. They're superstitious and ignorant and very retarded. That's why I call them theotarded. They're stuck in the past. And the problem is that the United States is infected with Christophrenia. The Supreme Court, there is 6 judges, the Catholic Christophrenics. They believe in resurrecting zombies that saved with blood. If you're a Christian, you have to believe in this nonsense. Your mind is stuck in the Middle Ages. You are completely a theotard. And this is the gravest problem. The other people saying, writing the law. If your mind is infected, you're a schizophrenic, what kind of laws are you going to write to people? And people that are gay, that are religious and believe in God, they're stupid. They love the cancer that is screwing them up. Who wants that? So facts are facts. And believing God accepted as fact is for theotards. Pache Theoro.